Welcome to our coverage of the NBA All-Star Game with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. This is Kevin Harlan.
And guys, this really sets up to be an incredible night in terms of excitement, from the coaches to the players to us here in the booth. I mean, this is such a fantastic event to be a part of.
Guys, it really is the greatest all-star game in all the sports, in my opinion. We have the best players in the NBA at the peak of their powers. I mean, I can't wait to see what this year's game has in store for us.
Now we'll look at the West All-Stars starting lineup. They got Jackson, and it's Tyler in at the 3 spot.
And he's been a gem this year. I mean, there have been so many highlights for him all over the first half of this season.
And I've got a feeling, Greg, he's just getting warmed up. I think he'll be even better after the All-Star break.
Here's Hammonds. Clock at 6. From deep three-point range, West All-Stars with the rebound.
And fans and celebrities alike have descended on this town for All-Star Week. There's been a bunch of fun events going on all over the place.
And, Greg, it's like that every year. I mean, no matter what city is hosting, it becomes a mecca for everyone who wants to take in one of the greatest scenes in all of sports. Not only to watch the best players, but to be seen by the other stars in the crowd.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist. And we've got a collection of the greatest players in the world here. I mean, and playing in an event where they can really let it all hang out.
And that's exactly why we always come away with such...
And I'd have to say the decibel level just rose about 300% in here.
Certainly sounds like it. I mean, there's nothing these fans love to see more than highlight reel dunks, and that one certainly qualifies.
Assistant. And great camera work showing up on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam.
Well, the All-Star Game deep is in full effect. They typically clamp it down in the second half.
Jackson down low. From beyond the arc, good on the three-point shot.
And this game literally has been wide open as it gets.
Yeah, both teams completely neglecting their defensive duties.
Inside, Carney. And the rejection by Jackson. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Off target from three-point range. Poked loose, stolen by Jackson. And Jackson throws it down.
Well, this night is all about the entertainment value in terms of that dunk. Definitely entertaining.
Yep, and he's hearing it from the crowd. I mean, it's going to be really hard to top that one.
To the middle, here's Kramer, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
Part of what makes him unique, guys, that combination of power and polish.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Not much in the way of defense being played here early on.
Well, you know how it works. I mean, both teams will be conserving their energy at the defensive end until later on. That's typically how this thing unfolds.
Here's Tyler. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
Well, I think, as is always the case, the story of the game tonight won't have a lot to do with defense.
That's the way it always is. I mean, a half-court alley-oop or a spectacular behind-the-back pass, that's exactly what the people want to see in this game.
Jackson looking it over. Makes it off the glass. Jackson's got 6. And it's the East All-Stars with the ball. It's a 5-point game. And the East All-Stars decide to take their first time out here.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
Yeah, typically there's some type of adjustment made out of a timeout. It might be major or it could be just a slight tweak.
Jackson comes over with the double. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break to the left wing. Misses the three.
Defensive foul called on. First personal foul. First team foul.
And there's Terry. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. And he drives in, and Jackson with the block.
And they've done a nice job controlling the defensive backboard to start this game.
Not one second chance bucket allowed. That is finishing off good defense.
6 to shoot. Here's Terry. The shot, no good. The West All-Stars will go the other way with it. Here's Tyler. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got 4 assists in the game.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
You know, nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
And here they come. Plenty of space. And that's good for 2. He's got 7. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the West All-Stars.
Great hustle defensively through the first half, contesting everything and racking up the block shots.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean,
that was worth the price of admission. I tell you what, a lot of shimmying and rim rattling going on in this one tonight, guys.
These guys are spending more time in the air than they are on the ground, that's for sure.
Here's Terry. It's blocked. And they recover it. Count that one.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
Outside Jackson. The steal. Down low. Here's Hammonds. It's blocked. And the pass to Jackson. Goes to the reverse layup and drops.
And, you know, fan voting is what determines the starters in the All-Star game. Then the coaches will decide on the reserves. But either way, whether you're picked by the fans or the coaches, earning the title NBA All-Star, and that's an honor none of these players will ever forget.
Stolen by Jackson. On the floor for the West All-Stars. They've got Jackson. And it's Gomez in at the center position. That one goes. Count it. 27 points for him. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the West All-Stars.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
Yeah, I think you also have to give them a lot of credit for how well they've risen up to meet shooters, to challenge shots in this game. A lot of blocked shots tonight.
Well, Greg, one thing we know for sure, you know that every player who earned a spot on this roster is going to see his share of action. Spreading the minutes evenly, as you've always talked about, is always a top priority for these All-Star game coaches.
You're so right, Kevin. I mean, all the hard work these players put in to get here, I mean, each one deserves a chance, if you will, to share the spotlight. It's one of the great things.
Oh!
My goodness.
You know, we always get some great dunks in this game, and I think we can add that to the list.
Check out the reaction. Listen to that. I mean, that slam was a raise the roofer.
And that last look brought to you by the AT&T 5G Slam King.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Boy, it's been a three-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
And you know, the officials not giving their whistles much of a workout here tonight. Very few fouls being called.
And most of that, Greg, is because they're not playing full-force defense. I mean, you're never going to see as much contact around the bucket in this game as you would ordinarily.
A one-man show offensively, and that's almost always good news for his team.
Terry looking over the floor. from 17 feet out. Rebounded by Jackson. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the West All-Stars. Sanders with the steal. Pass to Hammonds. Over Webster. Here's Carney. That's down the hatch. Knocks one more to his total. That's 9 for 15 shooting.
Excellent activity and timing on the offensive glass. That's how you get extra possessions.
Second shot opportunity. Pass to Webster. Shoots the three. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time.
The man has no heart, and that's poor defense for a team that has a long way to catch up.
They look pretty demoralized to me, and that always shows through at the defensive end first.
Another bomb right now. His three-point shooting might be the key to cutting that lead.
I don't think there's any question about it. I mean, as long as he keeps knocking them down, they might as well keep going back to the well. No reason to let it run dry. Keep firing that thing.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on them.
Now a timeout called by the West All-Stars. They're up by 10. 41 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now, let's present our New Balance Player of the Game.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
And the tradition and honor of just being invited to play here, let alone receiving honors of All-Star Game MVP. Just tremendous. In fact, one could argue we had a couple great candidates here, but he deserved it. Here's Terrell, and good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
And Jackson throws it down.
And it's just competing, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
Pass to Terrell. The 19-foot shot. Here's Kramer. And there's the bucket. Staying with it on the offensive glass, getting it done.
You've got to be aware of him at all times. He's a bully on the backboard.
Jackson drives in, and the dunk by Jackson.
Are you kidding me? This fella knows how to give these fans their money's worth.
Here's Terrell. Here's Cross, and the rejection by Jackson. So no problem for the West All-Stars as they get the win.
And it's impossible to know what's going to happen in these games. The talent on both sides is always so strong.